once a troll must bow, Chieftain Narjak Firstborn told his cub. Agrog must carry the tribe now. Narjak has spoken. Slowly, Agrog looked up from the bloody mud. Agrog cannot. He is not ready. Narjak's gaze was like fog. Take care of them, cub. Them and him. Both. Shield the tribe, and shield Noag. Those were Chieftain Narjak's last words to his cub Akrog after a ballista bolt from the Tusk Hunters pierced right through his chest. Fabled warrior, leader of the Moonkin trolls, last of the mythical firstborn, killed by elven poachers. It was not only Narjak's heart the bolt impaled that day, but also that of the Moonkin tribe, weakened by the terrible blood-rot plague and decimated by the hunters. They had long been struggling for survival. With their mighty chieftain gone, the last ray of hope still shining was Noag, Akrog's younger sibling who had inherited Narjak's legendary power. The chieftain's wish for Akrog to succeed him surprised many kin, but it surprised Akrog most of all. True, he was a strong and honorable warrior, but far from the Moonkin's best. All he had was the peculiar gift to hear the voices of the dead, and an iron will to do right by his sire's last words. Was he ready for this? He could not say. Yet when the tribe demands, a troll must bow. And so Akrog found himself giving his first command as a chieftain to be. The Moonkin would travel to Mugwa's cradle, a shrine guarded by the Bonekin trolls, to perform the devouring, the sacred ritual where the new chieftain consumed the old chieftain's heart to take up his role. This story begins the day the Bruised tribe arrived at the cradle, where Akrog, joined by his mentor Grungwar and his trusted one Saska, ventured out to find a holy plant for the ritual, Mugwar's tear. Little did Akrog know that the true trial of the Moonkin trolls had just begun. No matter what the trolls may think of Chieftain Akrog, trust not the foul tusks who say he had everything given to him on a moon silver platter. All because his sire was chieftain before him. Oh no, little cubs. The hunger, the blood rot, the hunters. The Moonkin had become but a shadow, and in the span of a day, it became Akrog's calling to lead them back to Mugwa's light. The day he and his two companions went out to prepare Narjak's last rites would be but the beginning of his troubles.
Are these the ones?
Magwa's tears, the sacred plants, blessed by the goddess herself.
Pity she always cries in hard-to-reach places. It was a rotten pain to get here.
One blew Magrog to embalm the chieftain's corpse for the devouring. Harm not the others.
Akrog wants not to disrespect Mugwa, but why can they not pluck more? This is a brittlebone ruin. If the Moonkin pluck them not, someone else will.
Akrog speaks true, but still, the laws demand it. These blooms are gifts from Mugwa to the sacred earth, and the only time a troll can rip them from the soil is for the rites.
Akrog understands. Akrog remembers hearing that the Brittlebones use these blooms too, no? The sharp-eared ones.
The elves, it is true. They call them Lenya, and greedily tear them from the soil to use for their hexes. Typical lightling ways, if Grungwar is asked. They think themselves so much holier than the dark races. But in the end, all they do is take, and take.
Akrog has a question. If the blooms are so powerful, perhaps they could help with the blood rot. Surely Mugwa would understand.
Akrog's sire said the same thing.
He said that? When?
Oh, hundreds of moons ago. Back when the blood rot first showed. Akrog was still a little cub, and little Moonblood was not yet born. The eyes picked 3 blooms, and Shepherd Crumb brewed a potion from them. But it helped not. In truth, it only made the trolls that drank it worse.
Worse?
The hex power of the blooms is too strong, even for a troll's flesh.
All right.
And it is done. The bloom has been plucked.
Back to the cradle then? Before the big little oaf Noag goes mad with worry, thinking they tumbled off a cliff.
Akrog still thinks they should have taken Noag with them. It would have helped his dark thoughts.
Noag's gloom is the reason it would have been unwise to take him. Give him time to mourn. As the moon blood, and soon the same blood of the Chieftain, he knows there will be little of that in the moons to come.
Grungwar speaks true. Let them march back. They have lost too much time already.
Wait, before they leave, Grungwar has an unusual wish. He would like to pluck a bloom for himself.
What for? The devouring?
No, it is... The Moonkin have been running for so long, Chieftain. Grungwar dreams that one day they will find a true home somewhere. A tribe camp to last, so to speak.
What have Mugwa's tears to do with this?
Well, it may sound foolish, but Grungwar would like to hold on to that bloom and then plant it in the Moonkin's future tribe camp, like a totem of hope, to show how far the Moonkin have come. But the choice lies with Akrog. After all, it is against Mugwa's laws.
Why is Grungwar asking for Akrog's blessing? Akrog is not Chieftain yet.
Yet, by the next sun-up, he will be.
Believes Grungwar truly that this tribe camp will ever exist?
To speak the truth, he knows not. But to use Chieftain Narjik's words, when a troll must choose between hope and fear, why choose the latter?
So he can be prepared.
One can prepare for the worst, while still hope for the best. Fear only darkens the mind.
Can the bloom survive that long?
It can. But forget not, Akrog, these are no normal blooms, but ones that brim with Mugwa's hex power. Grungwar will need to take good care of it, of course.
Fine. Grungwar can pick it.
Grungwar thanks the Chieftain. He...
There, old fur. His precious little bloom.
Zoska should not have done that. The blooms are sacred.
Well, Zaska just did, and he still stands here, looking as good as ever. Now, how about they leave this place?
Fine. Back to the cradle, then. Akrog is ready.
Grungwar is here.
What should he do?
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
What can he do for the tribe?
Akrog is listening. He will lead the way.